Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're about to see if this Milani Screen Queen can hold up to this oily texture skin of mine. Let's go. Okay, so I have mine in 420. It is warm almond, and this is what the bottle looks like. This is a glass bottle with a plastic top. I'm going to shake it up, even though it does not tell you to shake it up. I'm going to shake it up. And I think what I'm going to do is apply one side with the brush first and then let you kind of see the kind of coverage, and then I'm going to apply the other side with a sponge. This does have the pump. It says it's luminous natural skin finish. Dang! One pump and it ain't moving. And just a friendly reminder, I do not have any primer or anything on. We're just going to see what this foundation do all on its own. It definitely looks like a... Okay, so I'm going to go in with the brush first. It was like a manufacturer fake type of smell, nothing special or anything. Blending out very nicely, no problems there. No issues with the blend at all, just blending out very nice. I definitely feel like it gives you a, definitely feels like it first gives you a kind of radiant finish. And so here's just a comparison of what it looks like as far as coverage. I think it did a good job of covering up any type of spots or anything I had. I can still see some of it peeking through, but that's really just being really picky. This to me is a great coverage. I will say the more I keep tapping it, the more I remove any type of luminosity. It's still got a little bit of a glow, but I can see that the more I pat it, it is kind of giving me a little bit more of a matte finish. And I'll show you an up-close picture once I get it all over of what this looks like. But I think it's definitely probably a medium coverage that I know for a fact that you can build it up. Alright, so now I'm just going to apply another pump. And I'm going to put it over here and blend this out with the sponge. And just as a reference, I prefer the sponge. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but your girl definitely has oily skin. It's got texture. It's got enlarged pores. I've got, yeah. I got a lot left over here on this hand. We're going to go in with the damp sponge and blend this out. I'm not left-handed, so this is a bit awkward. Just a bit. What's on my lip? Oh, gross. Oh, man. My bad, y'all. I got stuff on my lip. My bad. Blends out nice with the sponge as well, no issues at all. I can't do that, this is just awkward. Alright, so here's what that side with the sponge looks like. I feel like it's the typical, you know, whenever you apply it with the sponge, you definitely get a little bit more of a sheer coverage than you would with the brush. I think that just comes with the territory of the moisture and the material of the sponge. But again, I still think it's a nice medium coverage. I still see a couple spots, but for the majority of it, you know, everything is covered. I feel like if you wanted to really go in and spot, if you wanted to go back in with a little bit more, you could. I have a little bit left on my hand, so let's do that. I'm just using what I have left on my hand to just kind of put it right here in the area of the cheek. And just kind of, yeah. Looks like it's building very nicely on itself. I will say though, I feel like it's not like you get a more dewier radiant finish depending on what you use. Like I feel like it's pretty even. You're still getting that same a little bit of luminosity that you got whenever you applied it with the brush as you do with the sponge. So yeah. So just a quick reminder. Alright guys, so this is the look now. Just ignore all this extra. I'm being real extra in another video I'm doing, so just ignore all of this. But just looking at the foundation, I did not set it, so I don't have any setting powder on, and I did not use any setting spray, and again I didn't use a primer because I really want you guys to be able to see what this foundation does all on its own. I do have some footage or some pictures of what this looks like when I do set it or when I use it how I normally would, so definitely stay tuned to the end of the video because I will show you that, just in case you're wondering how this foundation fares if you decided to maybe add a little bit of extra steps to it. So this is what I got going on today. Just a quick reminder, this is the sponge side and this is the brush side, and I'm going to go throughout my day, and I'm going to come back and show you guys what this looks like. Show you guys what this looks like at the end of the day. So let's first talk about the claims and my thoughts on those, and then I'll go ahead and give you just my overall thoughts of this foundation. Let me go ahead and insert a couple pictures. One is going to show you what this foundation looks like after about 7 hours whenever you don't put anything on with it. So no primer, no setting powder, no setting spray. And then I'm also going to put up a picture, same time frame, about 7 hours of wear, and what this foundation looks like when I wear it regularly. So with my oil control primer, with my pore filling e.l.f. primer, you know, with some setting powder and some setting spray, just so you can kind of get an idea of what you can do to this foundation. Now, as far as claims, Milani says this is a luminous natural skin finish. I definitely agree with the luminosity. Whether you use a sponge or a brush, you definitely see that radiance to it. And I also feel like if you go in with the sponge, or if you go in with maybe one pump with the brush, you definitely get a natural skin finish. I do agree with that. It says it's buildable, light to medium coverage. I definitely do agree with that. I will say as you build it though, you're going to lose that natural skin finish part of it, so just keep that in mind. It says that this is long wearing, which I wouldn't say it's long wearing for my oily skin. If you had dry skin, this might hold you down for a little bit longer, but for me, long wearing is not why I would reach for this. Now, it also says that it has the blue light stuff in it, blue light filter technology to help protect skin from digital pollution. Okay. It says it also has some extracts, and it promotes oxygenation, helping to strengthen the skin's barrier and restore its capacity to overcome oxidative stress. Okay. I like the fact that it comes in 45 shades. I don't know. To me, I just like when you come out with that many shades. I know undertone plays a big part and shades really, but I feel like anytime you come out the park with 45 shades, you're at least putting some effort into it, and your girl can definitely get down with that. And I like the fact that it's cruelty-free and vegan. It says it's for all skin types with some work, yeah, skin tones and ages. We'll talk about that in just a second. overall, as an oily skin diva with some texture, some lines, some stuff going on, this is not a foundation I reach for. I've had this foundation for probably a good 2 months, and if it is not in my face, it's just not something I'm missing. This foundation really shows everything that's going on. Like, it shows the lines, it shows every divot and piece of texture and every pore. Like, it highlights everything going on your face. If you ain't 20 something with baby smooth skin, it's gonna show it. Like it's gonna show it. Now, as an oily skin diva, anytime I see something that's luminous or radiant, I know off the bat if I want to wear that foundation, because you know, us oily skin divas, we want to look radiant, we want to look luminous, you know. But if I see something with that finish, I automatically know I'm gonna have to put in some extra work to make it work for me. If I don't want to look luminous in the beginning and greasy about 3 or 4 hours in, I'm gonna have to use an oil controlling primer. I'm gonna have to use something smoothing. I'm gonna have to set it, and I'm gonna have to use my setting spray. I just know that going in. So I am keeping that into account when I'm talking about this. But this is just one of those foundations that I just feel like for $15, because Milani be killing me with their prices. Like, every time I see Milani in the drugstore, I'm always like, where they do that at? Like, it's like, I feel like they think they're too good for the drugstore because their prices be on them, right? I feel like if you are looking for a luminous foundation that gives you light to medium coverage, that has a nice wear time, you can find better options under its price point still in the drugstore. The L'Oreal Infallible comes to mind instantaneously because I love that foundation. I think it's about $12. It has a beautiful finish. It wears beautifully. It's just a good foundation in the drugstore. So I just feel like this is just not something I would recommend to someone who came to me with that type of criteria. Again, if you were 20 something, it might not be that bad for you, but if you got anything going on, this foundation is gonna show it. I just wouldn't recommend it. You know what I mean? It's not a terrible foundation. It's not something that I'm just upset that I have in my collection, but it's just not something I'm gonna reach for. This foundation reminds me of a pair of joggers that I have. I know, just stick with me. You know, I wear them around the house. I'll wear them to Walmart. I'll wear them to Tractor Supply to pick up some dog food. You know, if somebody just dropped by, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be like, oh no, let me change my clothes. I'd keep the joggers on. But I don't wear them to work. I don't wear them out to functions. I wouldn't wear them out to, you know, even a family event. You know, I just wouldn't put them on for things like that. And that's how I feel about this foundation. You know, it's not bad if you're just laying around the house, and it's not bad if you know, got a couple things to do in the morning and maybe the rest of your day is going to be really low key. It's not bad for that. But it's just not something I would wear out, and I'm expecting to be in people's faces, and I'm expecting to just be, you know, around people. This just is not something that I would reach for. So, I mean, if you have this foundation, please comment down below. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you have any kind of issues going on with your skin, how you felt about it. Please definitely comment down below, because I would love to see someone else's thoughts on this definitely as well. So I hope this information helps someone else out there. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. While you're here on my channel, take a look around, see what else your girl has to offer. And if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.